Another day of the Eastern European DPC Division 2 returns. I'm Harry Freak, and I'm going to be bringing you the Dota action of today that is going to be happening on the 733 patch. And this should be the first games here in Eastern Europe that are going to be played on this patch. Of course, we've already had some competitive games played on it, but here for us, it is going to be a first. Today we have two best of threes for you. It's going to be Cats versus Nemiga, and then we end the day with Navi Junior versus ULA Kumnihao. If this was the previous patch, I would say we would have pretty strong favorites for both of the games, but because that is not the case, I have no idea what's going to be happening here. I still think Nemiga should pretty easy time versus cybercats, but when it comes to Navi Junior versus ULA Kumnihao, I have no idea what to expect from that one. Navi Junior, if I'd have to give a weakness to that team, it would definitely be that they are slower. But in the new patch, either people are going to be too slow or they're going to be too fast. It's really uncertain how people are going to play this one. Nothing is going to be pretty much perfect. So I'm not really sure about that second series, but we can focus on the first one, right? Before we go into that one, guys, just to remind you, only 3 more days left of the Eastern European DPC Division 2. We're going to have a 3-game day on April the 24th, and on April the 25th, we are going to be ending it here. And then no more Eastern European Dota until the next tour. So we're getting close to the end there. Rob only has one more series to cast. That's going to be on the 24th. The first series is his. Everything else, you're going to have to be dealing with me. That being said, guys, the teams are in the lobby, so we should be getting into the draft fairly soon. But overall, no, I don't know how viewers feel about the changes. I've seen Reddit. The opinions are torn. Some people really love it. Some people really hate it. I think I can understand both sides. A pretty big fan of the patch. But again, if this was not my, let's say, profession, you know, getting older, working jobs and stuff, you have to relearn the game. There's so many new things. Yeah, you can go around the map headlessly, right? But everybody wants to get better, so I can understand why some people are a little bit disappointed with the severity of the changes. But overall, in my mind, I'm okay with the patch. I like it. I think it's in the long run gonna make Dota awesome, or more awesome, like always. So I'm hoping it's gonna be amazing. The only thing I personally am afraid of is my calibration, right? Because I haven't played too much Dota this year at all. I think I've played like 10 games now. It's been 4 months since the start of the year, and who knows what's gonna happen to my MMR, right? You might lose, like I've seen people lose 3, 4, 5k MMR. So hoping that does not happen. If it does, grinding, I don't know if I have the stomach for it, even in the lower ranks. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. We can still play Dota with friends, normal games, stuff like that. Considering that Dota is now relatively a new game, something that we've been waiting for a very long time. One of the reasons I wasn't playing all that much. Well, we'll find out. Hopefully we'll keep you guys updated if I do get on playing that one. But yeah, it is definitely weird, some of the things that are happening. People are saying, oh, the shadow pool is real, the fixed 50% is real, and you know, you could come up to those conclusions from the from some of the things that were written in the patch notes. But I wouldn't put it as a fact, but yeah, there definitely was some things happening there in the matchmaking that would prevent you from raising MMR. I'd say too fast. Over the long run, you were always gonna raise MMR. if you're slightly better than your current standing. But either way, the changes are huge. We're gonna try to get to all of those things inside of the game. The new consumables, the new neutral items, the new objectives on the map, the way that Roche moves. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the Roche, when he's moving between the two spots, he is a beast. He just goes over and knocks down everything. You cannot touch him. So the guy is not to be underestimated for sure. But either way, the draft should be starting fairly soon, so we should have it on our screens in no time. And there it is, the Monkey King announcing it for us. And we are going to be seeing some nice bans. The bounty gets banned out. That one I like. I feel like in the right environment, I don't think this is true for lower MMR gains, but in the right environment, which competitive environment always is, the bounty can be a big problem, right? Because he can be everywhere on the map. And that's kind of an issue for me. The biggest change is the gate from the bottom to the top lane, or vice versa, whatever you wanna say. Because I really don't know why anyone would ever stay in the mid lane. Like, it used to be, if you're stronger, you're playing more around the mid part of the map. You are, from there, controlling the side lanes, going for ganks and stuff. But, okay, we get a Muerta. I'm very happy about that one, for sure. I also want to see if people are gonna be maybe thinking about getting a shard on her, or a Aghanim Scepter.
10 seconds remaining.
That Ags is weird. But anyways, so Dota was always, you're winning the game, you're stronger, you're around the mid lane, the enemies are on the side lanes dodging you, stuff like that. Now, it feels like the team that is ahead is controlling the side lanes, and the ones that are losing are playing the middle part of the map. That's how it feels, right? Just because you can maneuver from the bottom to the top lane faster than you can maneuver from the bottom top to the mid lane, right? So I'm kind of looking forward to see how teams utilize it. I did watch some games yesterday, but nothing too much. I did play a little bit to see how it feels. So the Rubik Dragonite is gonna be a response. Nemiga, I have to say, have always been a little bit, how am I supposed to put this? Not flexible, right? They haven't been very flexible overall throughout their career, this team. So I'm kind of scared for them. But when a new patch comes out, everybody thinks they're the smart one, that they know everything what's up. And well, then they drop the ball significantly, because yeah, you have no idea what you're doing, and you think you're smart. So let me see. Shard from Muerta, 30% spell life steal during the ult. Okay, and oh, you permanently gain 2% spell amp each time you kill an enemy, or an enemy dies in your vicinity if you have a shard. Cool. And the Aghanim Scepter is weird. You have the Sparting Shot. You shoot some of the soul out of their body for 4 seconds. They are stunned. They cannot move. They cannot attack. They can't do anything. And they take 50% less damage. You can use it on a ally hero, or you can use it on a enemy. So it's very weird. It is very weird. So, but how do you part the wisp from his soul? Well, he's a soul already. Yeah, see, that's some inconsistencies there. Also, what I really did like about the patch is, or more patch notes rather than the patch, is the little things Valve added. Like, Ogre is just way too dumb to be a intelligence hero. You know, they try to be funny, and you don't always succeed, but it is cool. I'm gonna be needing a little bit of time, guys, to know exactly what every little thing on the map is called now. So the Twin Gates, fine, Lotus Pool, that one I know. Tormentors are the things you kill to get the Aghanim shard. If for those of you guys who haven't tried that, you cannot kill it on your own. But if there's 5 of you, no matter how strong or weak you are, you will take it down. It's just because it reflects way too much damage. And we have Watchers. Those are the wards. Oh, look at this. We have Global Watchers activated in the... they're actually counting it. 2 billion, 147 million Watchers have been activated. Anyways, let's look at the bans. The AA, the Marana, the AM. None of these heroes have gotten any significant changes. There are some small ones. I like the Chen ban, the Enchantress ban. These zoo heroes are going to be an issue. Every creep in the jungle now has spells that scale up when the time passes. So I'm pretty sure that people don't want to be playing against that. I've seen what's their called? Ancient Tribe beat Alliance. They had the Chen. I don't want to say they beat them just because of that, but those level 4 spells are pretty strong. So Nemiga, they're gonna be going with classic heroes that were good before the changes. Is the Dragonite, Rubik, Jakiro. So they'll get those. No big surprises there.
10 seconds remaining.
Let's see, cybercats. What do you
5
get?
seconds remaining.
They are taking their time here, though they did use a significantly less amount of reserve time here. So AA ban, okay, that's cool. The Sand King comes out. Okay, that's something that we haven't seen for a very long time. We've seen Melojewel played in the mid lane. That's pretty much it, right? Other than that, I haven't seen him. And the Techies comes out. Techies has been changed. I'm gonna say significantly, to be honest. No more shard.
5 seconds
That allows you to stun. You now stun every time with your blast off. There's that minefield sign. I've seen it. It does a lot of damage, but I'm gonna have to read it again. So when you have the Aghanim Scepter, okay, wait. Plant causing mines within its radius to be invulnerable only once. Okay, so minefield sign. Mines are invulnerable. That's fine. Effect radius 500, sign duration 60. Okay, but let's see. Increases the radius and duration of minefield sign. When an enemy hero walks within 200 units of a minefield sign, the 1000 units area around the sign will become a minefield. Yeah, that's what I've seen. For 10 seconds, dealing damage to enemy units anytime they move within its area. Minefield sign is destroyed after this effect ends. It lasts for 10 seconds. So basically, you get close to the sign, you then get engulfed into a minefield, and if you move, you die. Right? The damage is insane, right? I've died to it so many times. Yesterday when I played. So guys, if there's a sign, don't get close to it. Now it actually means something. The Razor will come out from Nemiga, so that's something different coming out. You are playing against the hero with a lot of right click and a wisp on inside, so being able to drain out that damage is nice. This is probably gonna be Violence hero. I doubt Malrine plays the Razor. It does sound like his hero, and of course it will be something that deals very well in the lane versus the Sand King. When I look at cybercats, they have solid amount of burst damage, and the save of Nemiga isn't that great. So Razor is actually a pretty good target to start off on. So I kind of like the cybercats lineup, right? Nemiga is more conventional, something that's being played more often nowadays. Though we had a patch it yesterday, so it's not that we can compare, but When you look at cybercats, they have blink stun,
Oh
fall
my
up,
God.
stun from the techies, a lot of damage output, and then you have the Muerta coming in with the wisp, right? So now the question is, do you put Muerta in the mid lane? Do you send her to the mid to the safe lane? Do you send her to the mid lane? That's kind of the
10
question here.
seconds remaining.
You could go for something like a Queen of Pain if you want to
5
have burst
seconds
damage even more to deal with the Razor. It's one of the best heroes. I don't know if I would want to go for a mobility hero, because when you look at Nemiga, their stuns are insane. Nope, stuns have been changed. When I read the first, I read, oh, okay, all stuns are gonna be reduced. Fine. Then I read some Reddit threads, and people were like, yo, the mobility heroes are gonna be too strong. And look, yeah, stuns must have been reduced like 60%. Then I come in and they reduced like, okay, this stun is no longer 2 seconds, now it's 1.7. And yes, it can make a difference, but I was like, yeah, it's not like you still cannot keep people down. And from what I felt, heroes do a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Committing is usually a bad choice, but who knows? It's just some initial thoughts that I've had watching a couple of games, playing a couple of games. Cybercats are taking their time. Is there
Radiant team pick.
a perfect pick here? Okay, so they're gonna go for the Ember. I like the Ember. I think the Ember as a hero tends to force people to come to the mid lane. And I don't think people want to come to the mid lane now. They want to be running around the side lanes
10
getting kills.
seconds remaining.
And Ember can force them to come over. He can pretty much survive, and then he
5
can
seconds
disperse to the
remaining.
side lanes as well. I really wanna see how the teams will be moving here. Okay. So it is going to be Malrine Dragonite. I think they made a decision when they saw the Ember. Vazia will be getting the Underlord. I like it. I think auras are going to be pretty important in the meta. Every time when something changes, the auras are very, very big, because poking and prodding with people being unsure just how much damage they can do, those auras making an even bigger of a difference is a big deal. A pipe here is insane.
10 seconds remaining.
So I would want to see it
5
here.
seconds remaining.
One thing I was hoping to see in a competitive game was a harpoon, but looking at the heroes, that's not going to be happening unless Malrine does something weird, which I doubt, because it's still a range hero, and in some sense. So interesting picks here. I like the Underlord. I think the Underlord is the reason I'm gonna be going for Nemiga, because when I look at the Ember, when I look at the Sand King, Wisp, all of these heroes for me don't like playing against the Pit of Malice. And it's not something that's being played quite a lot, or was played quite a lot, so you're not very much used to it. So you can definitely make mistakes and get caught in that one. Plus, there's a lot of follow-up stuns. So in my mind, Nemiga coming in as the favorites. New patch might swing it slightly towards Cybercats. Is it in this game? I don't think so. So I'm still gonna be leaning Nemiga here. I'm very curious to see how the teams approach this, how they play it, and what they do. We're getting prepared to get ourselves into this game number 1. But before we do get into game number 1 here on this patch, we're gonna have a short word from our sponsors over at EGB.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system. Welcome bonus up to $600. Cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
And here we are in the game here, Nemiga versus Cybercats, game number 1, the first match here in Eastern Europe on 7:33 patch. Let's see if gonna be a fun one. Some watchers already being taken by the teams. So I really want to see how people are gonna be moving. So Violent, he wants that bottom watcher next to the twin gates, or the twin gate. Need to be
30 seconds to battle.
getting all of the new names out there, so that's why I'm gonna be repeating them, guys, so you can get them in your heads as well. I have no idea what the new areas of the map are called. I think Well, Graveyard. That's those two I remember. The Well is the one bottom left, bottom tier 2 of Radiant. So that's Well, but that's just because it only has a well. The other ones I don't really understand. Anyways, though, we might have a fight here level 1, but Nemiga, they will be the ones who say nope, we don't want to engage. And it is going to be a 2-for-2 in terms of runes. The Watcher there might get taken away, but you have to be careful because cybercats are coming over, and Nemiga, they're waiting for DK Focus. Becoming into a world of pain, has to use the Burrow Strike up the high ground there if he wants to prevent himself from taking any extra damage. So he does have a blood grenade. I also want to see how they dealt with all of these consumables. But before that, guys, EGB, they're favoring Nemiga quite a lot here, and for a good reason. They are an undefeated team so far. Came from Division 1, Division 2. These guys, they just do not lose. They haven't lost a single match in Division 2, even in the Tour 3 of the last year when they qualified for Division 1. So these guys are not to be underestimated when they play here. Malrine, I'm gonna get the stun on Shira, continuing to farm. I really wanted to see how they did it. So Razor has the blood grenade, Becky's has the blood grenade. For people that don't know, it's an item that gives you 50 HP, but it uses HP to be tossed onto the enemy, slows them, does some overtime damage, and that's it. Okay, so enemies in the area. Okay, so 50% slow for 5 seconds and 15 damage. That's a lot of damage that blood grenade does. It actually costs 75 HP to use. Okay. Interesting. No interesting items coming out. Nothing too big. Okay. That's pretty much it for now, I guess. So 0-0 in terms of kills. No kills just yet. Okay, the Underlord cutting the pizza taunt is actually so cool. I don't know if you guys saw it there. That's the first time I've seen it. This is what happens when a hero isn't being played for a very long time. But anyways, it's a slow start, so nothing has changed in that regard. These guys are like, new patch, who cares? We're still playing the same old game here in the Eastern European DPC Division 2, where we are not gonna have too much engagements here at the start. People are still playing around with sentries, trying to block camps, see how it works. The pools are now a little bit different. Also, because especially on the bottom lane, where the lanes are kind of positioned in a different way. I haven't tried pulling the creeps in the new parts of the jungle, but I think that's the case. So, Lotus Well, see what that does. Hellscream, he doesn't want to escape here. Violent did get a first blood on it. Jesvi, and Hellscream now he has to run away. Muerta, getting the silence out. You don't want those creeps on top of you. Well, finally we see Muerta in the so it's Deadshot, the Calling, and Pierce the Veil. Those are the names of the spells for those of you guys that don't know. For Muerta, her passive is Gunslinger, and it's actually insane. If you're fighting someone that is in front of you and you're just shooting each other, then well, good luck. Muerta does a lot of damage. So we did get our first blood, but it was in the bottom lane, and we cannot really say anything against our observer because he is overwhelmed here. He's trying to get acquainted with the map. The trees are significantly changed, so juking around those is a big problem. Catching people that are juking around those, even bigger one. We'll see just how well he can do. Mid lane, man, it has to be super boring being a mid laner. So the twin gates haven't been used just yet. I'm surprised. In my mind, every single... You see now, if I was Nemiga, that twin gate will be used right now and killing the heroes on top. And it's not that hard. So look at Alberca's positioning. You could flank him so easily. But nobody's going for that right now. I think as time progresses, people are going to get more and more comfortable with it. So we're going to be seeing chaos in the laning stage. No, here we don't like it. Again, Jesv is dropping low on his techies. See if he can live. He will. DK Focus on the other hand, he's burning. And there's a lot of lightning going his way. Violent though doesn't do nearly enough damage to be able to threaten his life. And DK Focus, he's gonna have his Vanguard fairly soon. He's farming okay, but obviously the Razor is gonna be farming better and on top of the first blood, meaning that he's gonna be the top dog on the network chart once we do start looking at those. Mid lane, the Ember losing to a Dragonite, kind of to be expected. Now, even though he does have the Orb of Corrosion, it's not like he can do anything to the Dragonite. He's going to be completely fine. And inside of the Dragon form, the supports are coming over. Malrine, you might have overextended yourself. He does have the Fairy Fire, so he's not going to be the easiest guy to kill. In Hellstream, he's here just in time. Malrine running away. He finds the Illusion Rune. That's a pretty big one when you're a big-ass dragon. Cybercats, they don't want to be fighting with 3 of those. You know, 1 dragon, maybe. 3? Nope. Nope. Targaryens have shown that 3 dragons are a little bit too much to deal with, so they don't want to be doing anything about that. See now, Jesv getting his damage taken away. And he jumps over the cliff there. I'm not sure that's gonna allow him to live. Yes, it does. Plasma field, not enough damage, and he will be living. DK Focus, and pretty much in a similar situation there as his support, though he is not gonna get even close to dying. Still, out of the laning stage, if we can call it that way, because the lanes are kind of still going on. But after the first 7 minutes, the gold lead is quite significant here on the side of Nemiga. All 3 of their cores are topping the network chart, so very nice start for them. They're gonna be quite happy with it. Muerta is farming well, but the rest of the cores and Cybercats are somewhat struggling. I guess Shira is having a solid time, expected time, whereas well, his Sand King is definitely suffering. Vazia has been caught, taking some damage. He has a Vanguard, so it's gonna take a lot of time. They're burning him, they're poking him, they're touching him. They are not killing him though, because he's a little bit too tanky. Dragonite, also a fat guy, but a little bit easier to kill. They take away a little bit more than half of his HP, but Malrine will still stand his ground. 4 points in the Dragon's Blood. He's not a target either. So, Shira goes for Hellscream. The root will be there. He has the chains. Hellscream dropping low. And this should be a kill. Finally, they get themselves on the board. 8 minutes. That's how long it took them. But they will get the kill in the end. Shira doesn't have that much mana. Has to be very careful. Will use the Remnant. But it doesn't mean that he has the mana to use it. Nice. Ice Pad gets him on the edge. He will be slowed down. Shira has to be very careful. A couple of more hits. He's burning. He's burning. He's dead. Oh, the Ember Spirit burns down. The irony is there. Doesn't have a buyback to come back to this Remnant, and Nemiga don't have the damage to take down the tower, though it is already quite low. Cybercats, they lose their mid laner, and this is somewhat of an issue. So I expected more fights in the side lanes, more usage of the twin gates for now. People aren't really doing it. Razor is currently rotating to the twin gates, so top lane, they are coming over to Alberca. He's gonna use the calling. But let's see. The Razor coming from the side. Alberca is like, what is happening? How is he coming from my side? But with a dead shot, he gets violent away. Hellscream is still chasing forward. Alberca should be able to survive this one. You're a little bit too deep, Nemiga. You're diving, and, well, SV will come over. Vazia has to be careful. These two supports actually don't do enough damage, and Malrine has already taken down the mid lane tower. Also, guys, we do have something new for you. Just before that, we're gonna be looking at this one, and ulti from Alberca. He wants to get that damage in. Hellscream gonna be taking a lot of it, and he's dead. The Ice Path a little bit too late, but it doesn't matter. SV, let's see if they can get him in return. SV dropping low, looking very much dead. Even the Dragonite is here, and two dragons are breathing a lot of fire. And in the flames, the techies will burn. Yeah, guys, we have something new for you. So, sometimes on the screen, you're gonna be seeing a QR code. If you scan it, it will take you to the EGB website where you will get up to $600 bonus. So be sure to scan that QR code, and you will definitely be making your viewing experience a little bit more fun. That's something new that we have for you today here. Let's see though. Mid lane, Chira is going for that tower.
Your place is here.
Not able to do much about it. Overall, though, for now, Nemiga are controlling everything. They've taken the top tower, they've taken the mid tower. They are, I'm trying to see how they're actually playing the map now. A little bit too spread for my taste, but there's so many objectives on the map to take at this moment. Some tier 1 tokens are coming out. What I've seen, the game doesn't show what everyone has chosen, so we would manually have to go for that. Piggy pole for Malrine, faded brooch for the Rubik. They changed the icon of the faded brooch. I like the new one for sure. Any new items? I think the Ember has the Spark of Courage. So what the Spark of Courage does, when you have over 50% of HP, it gives you 10 damage. When you have below, it gives you 5 armor. So it's that's pretty cool. So 3 kills on Nemiga, only 2 on cybercats. I expected a little bit more in terms of kills, considering that kills are worth so much now. And then again, people might not want to give kills because of that. Jesvi getting gone on, Malrine coming over as well. DK Focus is gonna get his ulti off. That's a lot of damage. Maybe they can kill so bad with his sticks. He's gonna be keeping himself alive. The Ember comes over. Some procs there with the Maelstrom will be getting a kill, and Malrine standing his ground. He's strong enough not to die to Jira, who has to get away. He lost 2 of his teammates, but he only got the Jakiro. A lot of spells were used there. Vazia, he opens a gate. He goes back through it. He knows he can come back to the bottom lane anytime he wants. Imagine how
Dire's middle tower is under
useless the Underlord feels sometimes. Oh, he's coming over. The calling is there. It will silence him. Spirit goes through his body. Vazia will take the Watcher there. He is not afraid of anything. So cybercats, you can't get that one for quite some time. You can just deny it from the enemies. Berka forward, nice usage of that shot. Vazia, you're thinking about turning it around actually with Jesvi coming over. Maybe you should have thought twice about that. Vazia taking some damage, but he's gonna be more than fine, more than tanky to live through it. And Jesvi is gonna be left all alone. Do they catch him? Actually, nice juke around the trees, but they will wait for the Wisp. Tries to tether away, not gonna be happening. Jesvi has been caught as well, and Force Majeure, he will have to accept his death, which is gonna be inevitable right now. And a couple of more strikes from Violet will finish off the job. He gets a double kill. Can immediately rotate to the bottom lane now through the twin gates. Doesn't want to allow his bottom tower to fall. Miga starting to control everything right now. DK Focus He's going for a blink. He went for the arcane boots and a vanguard. Okay, we'll see how much that works out for him. What does Muerta want to get with items? So it's Maelstrom. Okay. So Maelstrom, Hurricane Pike, and then I guess Mjolnir. Makes sense. Even the hero does a lot of magical damage, so increase it even further.
Dire's middle tower is under
Either way,
attack.
though, the gold lead on Nemiga is quite significant. Muerta is the only hero that is farming somewhat well. So there's a Midas on the Dragonite. The Razor will have a BKB in no time. Pipe done on the Underlord, and well, the Tekis is dead. Now there will be gonna be caught. Hellscream taking some damage, and Hellscream will be dropping down. Chira gets the kill. It's gonna be a 1-for-1. Finally an okay trade. I didn't want Vazia. That is a pretty tanky boy. If you want to go for him inside of the Pit of Malice, you're gonna be taking a lot of damage, and he opens up a portal. Vazia, he wants to get away. He decides, no, I'm staying here. I'm just pulling violence in. Come on, and violence will come your way. Nemiga, they're looking at cybercats. You wanted this. You wanted to fight. We just wanted a farm. And look at Marine going for more. This Dragonite is a little bit too tanky for the tower to be doing anything to him. Violent, on the other hand, the tower will hurt him just a bit. But Jesvi going through the trees. He wants to get on top of the hill there. The attack from the Dragonite will kill him. Marine gets the kill immediately. TP's back to the base. Will be back to full in both his mana and HP. But it just goes to show how powerful Nemiga are currently, and cybercats have no response, really. They can't kill them, they can't do the damage. I guess this Blink Dagger on the Sand King could change things, but I think he might need level 12 as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
So, bottom lane tower, they might just be able to take it down finally here on cybercats. And there it is. Alberka will claim it. But once the BKBs come out from Nemiga, how are you gonna kill them? You already have the pipe to protect them. BKBs are gonna be a little bit too much. A little bit too much. We'll see if the cybercats have something to say about this, but it's not gonna be an easy game for them.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They want to show up the Blink Dagger. Vazia, have they finally killed him? DK Fogas, he needs his ulti. Nice double stun there into the two of them. They get the 2 kills finally. Finally, they're gonna be showing this Blink Dagger. Buying it first, then showing it. And finally getting a good fight going their way. Nice epicenter usage coming out from the Sand King.
Is under attack.
Violent has his BKB. When it comes to Malrine, he'll have his fairly soon. Razor buys a shard. Not gonna be the Bloodstone build, but the shard is still something that does quite a lot of damage. Not to be underestimated, and, well, a lot of targeted spells, right clicks and stuff like that, so he is definitely gonna be zapping people. Let's see, maybe I'm just talking nonsense now. It was changed. Nope, it's still the same. It is still the same.
Radiant are scanning.
So DK Fogus, level 12 on the horizon. He is going for an Aghanim Scepter on the Sand King. Was that changed? Oh yeah, okay, so it was. Every 0.2 seconds, 2 Burrow Strike Spines are created at random locations, each having a 65 radius, that apply Burrow Strike damage and stun to enemies hit. So, okay, you don't want to fight inside of the Sandstorm. That's the
Radiant's top tower
that's
is
the
under
thing,
attack.
because constantly stuns are coming out, and if they connect on you, it might not happen, but if they do, you're in trouble. Cybercats mounting up a defense in the bottom lane, and there's gonna be a stun onto Alberka. Going forward, seems like no, there's gonna be a relocate out, so the tower will fall, and possibly the
Dire's
Wisp will
bottom
follow.
tower has fallen.
Cybercats, they're not coming over to defend their Wisp, and Force Majeure, they will die. Oh, there's a stolen calling from the Rubik. It actually looks quite cool.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Looking at it, Nemiga pushing a tier 2. Minute 20 is coming, so those shards are gonna be up for the taking. Alberca, there is a bottle across his face. For some reason, he doesn't feel too pretty today. Malorine, let his beard go a little bit there. Onto the Razor, taking a lot of damage. The follow-up stuns violent. He does get his BKB off, and now no more damage will be taken by him. They pause the game. They're like, stop this. Stop the count. Because 2 of your heroes have already died, and the 3rd one will follow through as well. Vazia comes over too.
God.
And I don't think that Nemiga are getting... Nemiga are allowing cybercats to get out of this one at all. They might all die. There is a Hurricane Pike on Muerta, so maybe they don't chase her down, though I doubt it. That was a very optimistic go onto the Razor. He has almost 1900 HP. He has 12 armor. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. With their current strength, that's not gonna be happening. The thing is, there is just slower. And there it is, guys. The QR code that you can scan with your phone, up to a $600 bonus for all new customers. Just feel free to scan that one. It's definitely gonna make it a little bit more interesting for you to view this one. Hopefully, Chira is gonna be getting back here. He has... I think Chira hasn't had any internet issues. Speaking of, I've had some internet issues in the past couple of days. Luckily, there was no Dota to cast. They were changing cables throughout. I don't know if it's throughout the entire city because it's a pretty big city, but definitely in the in my vicinity, in my part of town. So hopefully, in the last month or so, I've been having some internet issues that I've never had. So hopefully now that that fixes it all. So maybe they're changing Chira's cables now. Would be pretty bad because that usually takes some time, and then your internet has to be down for quite some time as well. Considering they're playing right now, that could be an issue. Of course, when playing Dota, you can hotspot through the phone. When casting, that's a little bit tougher, I think, depending on through what you're getting your sound through. But yeah, pretty hard to do. Oh, Savazia drinking some water. I do it myself as well. And we're here waiting for cybercats to get their mid laner back. Not sure. This is taking a little bit too long, considering he disconnected unwillingly like that. Okay, I started to get all dark for no reason, because Chira is back. He has reconnected. He is not ready for battle because he's dead, but just like with possibly all of his teammates as well. Let's see, cybercats, can you get Muerta and the Wisp out of this one? That's now the biggest thing, because you already lost the fight, and okay, they will. But this just means that Nemiga, they're gonna be taking your shard. So the Tormentor on the dire side will be taken by the Radiant, and who gets the shard? It is gonna be a Rubik. Yep, why not? Why not give it to freaking Jakiro? Lord Gaben, well, because you want Nemiga to win as fast as possible. So definitely Lord Gaben here playing favorites. Alberca doesn't feel too happy. And for a good reason. Their game is going really badly at the moment. Oh, He wants a Mjolnir. We'll see. Muerta can start dealing massive amounts of damage, but just not sure how much that is gonna be. So both teams have a ward and a sentry next to the twin gates on their side. I like that. I think it's pretty important. In my mind, the gem, it was bought pretty early in before the patch, but now I think it has even more merit. It's almost impossible to de-ward, right? You don't have that many sentries. The map is too big. You're not going to be able to de-ward. And there's always going to be some vision around the map. Some part of the map that your enemies control. With the gem, it changes things, right? Definitely does. Now there's the second Tormentor. The 4 of them. They have a pipe, so they're definitely going to be reducing the damage. And who gets it now? It's going to be Jakiro. So both of the supports, they get their extra gold there. Pretty big. Those Tormentors, they spawn every 20 minutes. So next time, everybody's probably already going to have theirs. Razor has it. The Dragon Knight will probably get it. And, well, Underlords, not that important. But once you get to a point where you don't need anything else, why not? Lavazia, he wants a halberd. I get it. Right now, the only thing you need to do is make sure that Muerta doesn't kill all of you. How do you do it? You take away her guns for 5 seconds. With the nerfs to the stuns, there's this. Our observer is giving us the what the Sandstorm does, the Aghanim Scepter. With the stuns being reduced, stun durations, now every slow, every disarm, you know, things like this pseudo disables are actually so much more potent. Though the halberd indirectly got buffed. The techies, he wants to get the Aghanim Scepter. For now, he's gonna have the shard. New shard of the techies, reactive taser, pretty much does what the Aghanims used to do. So you can cast your reactive taser on your allies.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You know, still disarms and stuff like that. If you are in the explosion radius, of course, doesn't work on super high range heroes. Orb of Destruction on the Dragon Knight. Slightly nerfed from what you guys know about it. The thing is that it used to be a tier 3 item, now it's a tier 2 item. One big change, people might not have read it. Now you get tokens for your neutral items, and then you choose from one of the 5 that will be given to you. So Roche, it is on the bottom lane during daytime. It's the first Roche, so thus only has the... Oh, they're gonna make a gate. You thought you were getting the Roche and you were so wrong. There's gonna be 5 heroes coming out of that gate. Shira going for a TP out. The damage isn't gonna be sufficient. Maybe it would have been violent. It feels like he just let him go there. But anyways, now they go into the pit. They have 55 seconds to kill him before he will be moving his position. And they will have more than enough damage to finish him off before that. Or will they? They're actually doing this very slow. Let's go fight him forever. This literally looks like an epic battle, like a boss fight in World of Warcraft. In the end, they will finish him off. Who's gonna be getting the Aegis? It's gonna be violent, no surprise there. First Roche, Aegis, second Roche, Aegis cheese, then the next ones give the Aghanims or a Refresher. Aghanims if they're on a Radiant side, and Refresher if the Roche is on the Dire side. Yesterday, somehow, I bugged the Roche, or whatever, my party bugged the Roche. When he was moving, we tried to attack him, we moved with him, and he bugged, he just returned to his cave, so it was daytime, and he was on the Dire side. Pretty cool. So bad. Look at him, he has his Liquid Frost. Steam has given him the shard. The game has given him the shard, but Steam were the ones that killed the Tormentor. Tier 2 on the bottom lane. This was the first tier 2 that they started attacking, but the top one, of course, fell before this one. Still get it now. No Wisdom Rune. It spawns every 7 minutes. They're gonna be destroying that Watcher. One thing I didn't get the timings off is when the Watchers reset. I think it's 5 minutes, but I'm not 100% certain. For some reason it doesn't say on them. I can't find it in the patch notes right now. Anyways, Violent is going for the last outer tower. Cybercats now or never. Where are you gonna mount up a defense if not here? Violent getting on Sleight of Fist Chains connects. They're trying to get some damage over him. Shot on him. Dead shot. He still has the Aegis, but they will lift him up in the air and save him. Hellscream is ready, showing that they can do a solid amount of damage there. Violent is not tanky enough to stand his ground, and the tier 2 will be defended for now, but let's see for how long, because Nemiga, oh, you don't want to be in your base. You don't want to let us take that one down. When then we're gonna go inside. And well, Malrine going for it now. You always have that move to get out of the base. I know if you guys have noticed it, on the edge of the base you can go out of it and flank your opponents from the high ground. So you effectively have 2 high grounds from which you can get out of the base and jump your opponents. That's why you see in Nemiga they have this ward right next to Vazia, because it's seeing if their enemies might come from that side.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Both teams do have those.
Dire's middle tower
So
has
in
fallen.
my mind the games should be longer, but it might just be because players don't really know how to utilize the map well just yet. Across all brackets I'm talking about, not only competitive Dota. Watcher, that's gonna be taken by Vazia. No, he doesn't want it. Okay. People are still not used to Watchers, but every single time that you're next to it, you should use it. It's 2 seconds of your time, and it's pretty important that you see your enemies now coming to it. No smoke from Nemiga. They're going for the jugular. On someone, Malrine, no dragon form, but he has the stun. They're gonna be going for DK Focus, and there's the sentry, but he has the Aghanim Scepter. Look at those spikes going around everywhere, but it doesn't matter. Even inside it, they're gonna kill him. Oh, those spikes look cool. They're everywhere, but I think the range is a little bit too low. Still, if you're fighting inside of it for 5 seconds, it's bound to hit you once. The glyph will get used. That's the last time that before it dies, it's gonna get refreshed. So let's see if cybercats use it now to defend this. Doesn't seem like they will without the Sand King defending the base very hard. They have a DD on their Ember Spirit. This would be like a
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
an offering from gods to give you that to defend yourself. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything, especially when one of your cores is dead. They still have that one glyph, Cybercats. Use it now. You might not have it until the end of the game. Nemiga going forward. They're 20k gold ahead. It's a big gold difference. Kills now worth so much, and Cybercats, they only have 6 of those. This Dragonite is a little bit too farmed. Like too freaking farmed on Malrine. I don't know how you deal with him at all. You can't kill him. He does way too much damage. And there's even 2 more cores that you have to think about. Ember. Flame Guard goes forward. He has to be very careful. They have a lot of stuns here to go on him. I don't think that's gonna be enough though. Oh, stolen Burrow Strike. That's the new stun durations coming into play. I didn't even know he had that one. Probably shouldn't give that one to the Rubik. One of the best spells. It's 1.8 second stun right now on the Burrow Strike. Anyways, Underlord has the Octarine Core. Nemiga have all the items really, if you look at it, and well, Cybercats, they're doing their best, but currently their gold doesn't allow them to have too much. They have Mjolnir and Muerta going for a BKB now as well. We'll have it in no time. So Muerta is actually topping the network chart. Alberca is farming super fast. There's the new Tormentor, so it spawns 20 minutes into the game, and then every 10 minutes. Okay, makes sense, makes sense. So they want it dead, they want it dead. Will they be able to steal this one, Cybercast? No, they won't. So who gets the shard? It is gonna be the Dragonite. If they get the top one, then they're gonna have all 5 Aghanim shards on Nemiga. Cybercats. I don't think they care much about that one, and I don't think that Nemiga care much about it. They have all of the shards that they need. Underlords is, I'd say, a luxury. Vazia. They even have a wisdom rune there, and they don't seem like they want to go for it. But a smoke will be used. Let's see now where they want to go on Cybercats. They have a relocate to join the fray. Vazia picking up some lotuses here. I'll scream. Oh boy, is that a long stun from the Rubik Jakiro. Will get a TP away, and Cybercats, they've caught absolutely no one with this move of theirs. In a minute, we're gonna know when the Roche will spawn. Also, where the Roche will spawn, because if it's daytime, it is gonna be on the bottom part of the map. If it's nighttime, well, then top lane is gonna be his home. Vazia says, I want some. Give me this one. I deserve it, guys. I'm a part of this team as well, and there it is. Vazia will be giving his Aghanim shard as well. That does allow you to use the Firestorm on yourself or on someone else, and then it just sorry, only on yourself, and then it follows you everywhere. But the added 3 waves are the biggest of deals, I guess. So Razor now wants the refresher. It's not the Perseverance any longer, but Cornucopia. Call it that way. So the refresher, I think the gold is the same. Yeah, the total cost is unchanged. Because they increased the recipe cost. Cornucopia is somewhat of a Perseverance ripoff. This gives a little bit more damage. So Underlord, Lotus, Halberd. I mean, this is a pretty tanky boy. He didn't even go for an Atos. Ember is gonna have an Aghanim Scepter, so Chira will be very fast to run around the map. But I don't think that running around the map is really your concern any longer, because your base is where you need to be if you want it to live. DK Focus is coming over with this Sand King. He wants to defend this, but look at this. They just put the bit of Malice above him. Okay, now the Sandstorm will come out, jump in from Malrine, but in the backline, Shira going for the supports. The Rubik lifts himself up. He's still being chased down. Still, the Dragonite, he's keeping everybody away, and the Ember doesn't manage to finish off the Rubik, and the Dragonite will keep everybody away. He's gonna take the guns from Muerta. She cannot shoot, but now we'll be able to go for it yet again. Are they baiting? No, he's jumping from DK Focus. He wants his ulti. He's gonna be able to get it, so the epicenter is there. Everything is shaking, and Vazia, he just does not care. He's standing his ground and not dying. Finally, they'll bring down the Razor. The vibes are coming out from Cybercats, but is it gonna be good enough? Chiro doesn't have enough mana, but with Force Majeure coming over, he's gonna give it back. Vazia TPing away, and Nemiga, they've lost 1, they've killed 3, and they forced out a buyback and still got out of there pretty much safe. Cybercats, they defend their base. Well, I have to say, DK Focus, he is making the Sand King work. Even though he is so underfarmed, he is actually having a decent amount of impact in fights. And Muerta is doing a ton of damage. This hero, especially with the Wisp, with the added attack speed. You have to be careful if you're Nemiga. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this game, it's not over. 20,000 gold lead, 35 minutes in. It doesn't seem like it's over, so Roche is up. He's gonna be switching posts right now, going towards the top lane. Vazia, level 20 on the Underlord. So we went for the 1% Firestorm burn damage. Found Muerta, 4 staff out of the Pit of Malice, come back in. They have to relocate. Alberca will be fine. It is gonna cost them a Wisp, but it's still a lot of time that's gonna be taken here. And in the end, you're killing the Wisp. Some Lotus is gonna be picked up by the Rubik. I don't know if anyone has assembled any big Lotuses.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
No, I don't see any. I mean, I doubt that we're gonna be seeing any big ones. Really. So there is a gem on the Jakiro. Nemiga, they have that. And they're going through the twin gates and now jumping in onto the Razors, taking a lot of damage, but he bombs the BKB. He's gonna be fine. Violent, not sure for how long, because Alberca goes in and starts doing the damage. He starts ripping apart this Razor, and he's gone. Now going onto Malrino. Alberca is a little bit too strong to be able to fight him. Lazia, tankier than the other heroes, will put down the bit of Malice. That shot onto the backlines, but Malrino there, he has found them, he has destroyed them. And Jesvi going forward doesn't have the buyback. This Black Dragon is hungry. And well, explosions, they do not scare him. Alberca, he thinks he can escape, the death shot will come out, but now he has been frozen and he will be stunned up and destroyed by Nemiga. Alberca, he does a lot of damage, but when left alone, there is nothing he can do. Those are two buybacks that were used from cybercats. One of them was a dieback, and they were not able to do anything in that fight apart from kill the Razor. That was their only successful kill. Successful move in that fight, and in the end the Roche will fall. There's gonna be an Aegis and Cheese into the pockets of Nemiga. After this one, that should probably be it. Cybercats are still not calling GG. They still think they have a fight behind them. To be honest, inside of their base, Alberca, he could kill all of the Nemiga heroes. They're waiting for the Razor. Okay, they're gonna make a gate for him. Malrine might go back to the base to heal up his mana. Not gonna be happening. Vazia, he's gonna do it. He's gonna be using his teleport. Let's see. Cybercats. That looks pretty cool. Look at it. Stuns just flying everywhere. It's a pretty cool Aghanim Scepter on the Sand King. The problems of the hero still persist. It's a very weak laning stage. If that does change. But look at what you can do. There's just no way that they're going to be able to find the Sand King. They even have a ward there on the bottom lane. I doubt they would be changing it. So pierce the veil here from Muerta. And well, you're not going to have your ulti now for 40 seconds. That's a solid downtime that Nemiga could use, where Muerta cannot do that much damage. SV needs to get back into the base. Pit of Malice doesn't come out in time. He gets the blast off away. That was very dangerous. Malrune jumps into the base. The big Black Dragon is hungry. Lotus Orb on him. Not an easy hero to go on. Coming over. The travels to one health screen. Is that what's happening? Yep, he has them.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
Not a conventional thing for supports, but fine. They found the Sand King, the key focus. They could get out. There's a lot of damage that's being done to him. Malrine pushing forward. And look at the Violent. He's the one with an Aegis. He's not coming over, and Malrine with his Daedalus, not to be underestimated. His dragon form gonna be there for pretty much half the duration. Now a little bit less than that. The Raxes have fallen, so damage has been done. The second lane of Rax has died. Cybercats. What now? Burka was stolen from him. It is gonna be the calling, from what I see. Level 1? We left it level 1. Interesting. Okay, so went more for stats. I guess I like the calling for its farming potential. I'm gonna get the wisdom room. Level 25 for Muerta, the 25% magic resistance is cool. But it's not the biggest of deals here. Level 20, the 20% Gunslinger is the most important talent, I'd say. This game in particular. So Kira gonna get lifted up in the air. It's just being annoyed there by Jakiro. Well, hear the calling going over if everyone wants to get into those cubes. Via silenced up. Remember the horror movie The Cube. You know how dangerous it is gonna be. The stun onto Alberca, taking a lot of damage. The Wisp comes over. He wants to save him. Alberca, he might need to run because Malrine, this dragon, he's a little bit too strong. They've lost the Wisp. That's a big deal. Jesvi very low. Becky's still alive. He's back in his base. Let's see, there's still an Aegis. Malrine will get a kill on Chira. He's not gonna allow him to chase down the Jakiro. The dragons, they got each other's backs. Nemiga, they're going for the juggler right now. There is a buyback on the Ember Spirit if cybercats think they can fight this one. Here's the Veil, not gonna be there for 25 seconds. He's trying to do the damage here on Alberca, doing his best, but it's not enough. Vazia, a little bit too tanky. Here comes the calling. They're staying inside of it. They don't want to be silenced. Buyback from the Rubik. He can come back, and Vazia eats the cheese. So he's back up to full. A lot of his damage gets taken away. A lot of his HP gets taken away immediately, but he's still gonna be fine. Chira really survives. Same can be true for Violent. Same can be said for Violent, but he still has an Aegis for another 45 seconds. They're going for Alberca right now. He's gonna be disarmed. That shot misses. Stun. The Sand King, DK focus. Vazia has to pop the BKB to live. And they've brought down the last tier 4. Now the stun onto Alberca. He's still doing a lot of damage, but he's disarmed, so can't do it right now. Violent taking his damage away. Give me all of that damage, my friend. And Alberca is not gonna be able to do that much damage any longer, which means that he won't be able to protect his throne. She pushes him away there with the Hurricane Spike, the Ice Path, keeping them in the base, and a bit of Malice as well. No blast off for you. You will explode. How we say, when we say. And Nemiga, they say now. The throne drops. And Nemiga will win game number 1 here of this best of 3 series. Very solid performance. Pretty much expected. They came in as the favorites. New patch. It didn't change anything. cybercats tried their best. Best wasn't good enough. So Nemiga, very clean, methodical gameplay. Every single fight went their way. From the laning stage into transitioning into every single part of the game, they were better. But stomps, they do happen. It feels weird to say, but this game was some kind of a stomp. It lasted for 40 minutes because nobody is 100% certain what they're doing, how they're moving around the map, and what they want to do. But every single objective, Tormentors, Roches, Watchers, parts of the map, control, kills, everything went the side of Nemiga. The only thing going well for cybercats, Alberca was farmed, and that's about it. In the end, it wasn't good enough, and they will lose game number 1, but it is not over because this is a best of 3, guys. So you need to win one more game if you're Nemiga, but that means if you're cybercats, you can try to force out a decider and maybe even win the entire series. Will that happen? Probably not, but we're not going to write them off just yet. So we're going to send it off to a break, and then we'll back with more Dota.